Hi, welcome to the new video. I am Rohit Desai, co-founder of JB Experts. In this video, we are going to discuss on what kind of a company we should start for our export business. So when you're thinking of starting a export business or starting a company for export business, the first option what you get on your table is solo proprietorship. So this is easy to start, very low compliances, very minimal amount is required, no big hurdles to maintain the company, and along with that, it comes with the risk. So let's understand what exactly we are dealing with. So the key features to start a solo proprietorship is normally you are a complete owner of the company. You will manage the company, you have a complete authority over the company. There is no one to question you as it is called as your company. You are the company and you are the person, you are the company, you are the owner, you are the decision maker. No question will be asked for it. That's a key feature. Second, there is no differentiation between you and your company. The proprietor is the business and the business is the proprietor. It means you. Minimal compliances, easy registration process. There is no big compliances are required. There is no big documentations need to be filed every month. So it's very simple process. Run a proprietorship. You'll be having a good compliance free headache, right? So suitable for very small businesses which has around 5+ employees, but majorly it doesn't capping at employee level. We'll discuss in the what is exactly capped for. So is property business suitable for you? So let's discuss that. So suitable if you are planning to start a small business and you're going to start with a very low investment and it's a self-funded company, then proprietorship is the best option. Second, if you want to have a minimal complications, minimal compliances with a very what do you call cost and moreover a full control of decision making, then this is the place. So normally what happens here is if you are a proprietor of the company, then you are the only person who is going to take a call whether to do it, not to do it, or how are you going to run your business. In my case, when I take any decisions, when I plan for something, I have to ask my all partners, only then we can execute it because everyone's stake is in the company. So we have to ask multiple people and one of them may reject it, someone can approve it, or I have to convince everyone only to get it started. In your case, you can start it instantly because you are the owner of the company and there is no one else to question it. And is it more comfortable using your personal savings, your credit history, and moreover for your loans and fundings? So these are very simple. You can just apply for a loan. You get your loan not on a credibility of the company, on a credibility of your thing. Even in proprietorship, you'll get funding on the immediate basis at a starting level only based on your credibility because you are the company. There is no one else. And if you're operating like in a specific industry, normally which kind of companies will register for proprietorship? Retail, small businesses, service industries. These are the people who get in for our registrations. For whom this is not suitable? If you are getting external funding, if you are looking for a private funder who is going to fund your project or your business and you have to give stake to someone, that is not possible in proprietorship. You have to go for 100% private limited company. There is no way else you can raise your funding from proprietorship. You can just give it in a friends and family may do it, but businesses like us, we don't invest in a proprietorship company because there is no stake that we can take it back. It's all on the owner who is going to run as a proprietor and his business is him and he is the business. Second thing, if you want to protect your liabilities, there is no protection here. The complete business is on risk. What I mean to say is don't get scared. So basically, you are the company. So whatever losses comes to the company, it's your losses. There is no differentiation that you can do. You cannot tell, okay, it's a company's loss. Who is the company here? It's you because you are a proprietor. It's you are going to get all the benefits. You are the one who is going to get all the losses, or you are the one who is going to get the damages or claims or something like that to settle. If you're looking for a long-term business continuity, for example, okay, I'm planning to build a business for my child, for my wife, so that my next generation can continue it. This is not the business type that what you can do. See, Ambani's, Tata's, any company you name it, Infosys and sort of that. So these are not the companies who comes under proprietorship category. These are all, before it was private limited and then they become public limited. So what you need to understand here is, if you are planning to continue, because here in this business model, in proprietorship, if you are setting up this company, this goes end with you. You're dead, your company is also dead along with it. So there is no way you can tell that, okay, this is a business model or this is a business that I hold. I'll pass by this same company to my daughter or my kid or my wife. That is not going to happen, because it's a proprietorship. It's a solo proprietorship, right? So in that case, you cannot continue this business. This ends with just with you. You cannot do anything about it. If you're planning for your future or your family future, then this is not the option for you. Okay, what are the advantages of solo proprietorship? One is easy setup, no big compliances, no big cost. Just get a GST certificate. Udyam Aadhar is there at a free of cost. And then get a IC certificate and go for the product RCMC. You're done. You're set to be an exporter. You don't need any other documentations. Then what else? Low compliances, very minimal cost. I'll tell about the cost and how much it will be exactly. But there is no big challenges here. And you don't need regular audits. You don't need general board meetings. You don't need general meetings, board meetings, director meetings, notifications, all of that. That is not the press release. These are all not really required. Then complete control is with you, because if you don't want to be a Steve Jobs who will be kicked out of from his own Apple company, so then proprietorship is better, because you hold a complete stake in the company. You are the decision maker. No one will kick you out, because the company goes with you where you go, right? So that's how it's been operated, and very cost effective. When I'm saying so much cost, what is exactly the cost is, right? So the basic cost is something like, what I have to tell you is 5,000 to register with if you are dealing with a good CA, and friends and family can do it for free. Obviously you can check, obviously, if you have that bandwidth. If you are looking for a professional service, then obviously it will cost you somewhere around 5,000-6,000. So that is your registration cost, and yearly compliances can fall for 10,000 or 12,000 maximum. That's all the cost what you are going to bear. One time cost 5-6,000 and annual cost is 10,000. That's all what you are going to pay. Compare it to the private limited company, which is going to cost somewhere around 60 to 70,000 rupees per year. That's the cost. Okay. And you can be kicked out from your own company. So that is possible. So that is if you don't want to make that. And very quick decisions, that's the important advantage. Like as I said, so if I have to take a call, I have to ask all the partners to get it approved by the plan, and then we have to execute it. And that is not orally, we have to get it in written. So in your case, if you're a proprietor, then you can just pull it off. You're the one who is going to take a call, and then pick it up and start working it around. That's how it works. So risk or disadvantages of solo proprietorship. Everything doesn't come with advantages. There is also disadvantages every time. So unlimited personal liabilities. If any losses or credit debits or comes to you, to the company, that is going to be, your personal assets are going to be at risk, because you cannot differentiate between you and your company, because this is completely liability is on you. Because you are the company and company means you, and then you both are same, then obviously losses, costs, profits, everything is the same. So my advice is, if you are going to start a proprietorship company, if you have FDs in your name, better transfer it to your wife or your kid's name. That will be beneficial, because something goes wrong, your family is on the stake, or your financials are on the stake. Okay, do I need to transfer my house? Don't do it. So normally I don't advise you to get into such a risk business. If you feel that kind of a risk is somewhere involved, you can please take a consultation from us. We'll help you out and we'll manage the risk there. So you'll never get into it, but still this is a thing that you should keep in your mind before you start the company, because you're not going to start the company every day, right? You're going to start it once for a while. So difficulty in raising funds, you can't ask for a public fund. You cannot tell the company like, okay, Rohit sir, Rohit, I'm having this project and this is the project has come up. So I want you to invest in my company. So how do I invest in a proprietorship company? No, we cannot. It should be a minimal private limited company to have a stake or to issue a equity, or even if you want to work someone for a lesser salary and if you want to give a stake to them, even you can release a ESOPs to them. So that is also possible. So overall, funding, external funding is not possible in proprietorship company. Maybe your friends and family can pay you. The bank can give you at a better loan of interest based on your credibility, not on anything else. And no business continuation, as I said, no family tree can be taken benefited. You're gone, your company is gone along with you. So when you're planning for export-import business, starting a long-term business, then proprietorship is not for you if you're looking towards that. Then limiting growth potentials. Okay, let me tell you the capping here. You can go for a proprietorship company only and until you reach 40 lakh transactions in a current business year, from April to March, April 1st of the year to 31st March of that year. That is the term. So basically, if I have to tell you 1st April 2025 to 31st March 2026, that's a whole calendar year. So in that particular year, if you are crossing more than 40 lakhs, if you are a product-based business, then that is the capping. If you cross 40 lakhs, then you need to be a private limited company for sure. Then there is a limit on service, that is 20 lakhs. If you are a service-based export company, then if you are doing a transaction more than 20 lakhs, then at a 21st lakh or anything more than 20 lakhs, you need to register as a private limited company, as you cannot run just as a solo proprietorship. That is the minimum capping. So you need to convert it to a private limited company. So that is a minimal limit, and most probably when you're earning so much, so you can take the compliances part, but yeah, if you're not. And when you want to work with the people's perception, people always think proprietorship is unorganized businesses like retail, small scale companies, small shops companies. So that is a perception. So if you don't want to deal with it, yeah, better you jump into private limited company. I'll discuss about the private limited company in upcoming videos, but this is what it is. So what are the documents required for registrations? So you need a PAN card and Aadhaar card, and please make sure your PAN card and Aadhaar card has the same name, because many times I have seen my PAN card says Rohit Desai and my Aadhaar card says Rohit Bhai Desai. So automatically that BHAI on the extension to my name, that was a problem. So normally you have to make it, because for you it's the same name. For me it's both are me, but that's not how the government thinks. It thinks Rohit Desai is one person and Rohit Bhai Desai is the other person. So you need to make your document without even a single spelling, addition or subtraction. You need to have the same exact name on both the documents. That is mandatory. Second, you need to apply for GST certificate, you need to apply for Udyam Aadhaar, and then you need to apply for IC certificate. Then based on your product, once we do the product selection, then you go for RCMC. That's all. That is what you will be as an exporter to start dealing with your export business. Proof of business address, what you can have. If it's your own property, property tax receipt, municipal khatas, and electricity bill. If it's on your name or father's name, doesn't matter. It works. Or you need to get a NOC from your father. That's how it works. Or else you can make a rent agreement from your father saying that you are paying some rent to that building, and then you can get the rent agreement without a clause mentioned this property should not be engaged in any business work. So that is a clause there that you need to be sure. If that clause is written, this property cannot be used for business purposes, then you need to go to your owner. If you are on rental property, go to your owner, tell him that sir, please remove this clause. Maybe he will revise some rent or something, but still get it fixed, because that is going to be an objection. If you can't edit the agreement, what you can do, get a NOC certificate from him, that let him say, I don't have an objection for Rohit Desai to do a business in the premises, address below, I am the owner of it, my name is this, and this is the signature. Then give it to your CA, he will file it, and the GST authority body will give you a approval. Then you will be not having any issues there. Then after, what you should do, go to your bank, any bank, I prefer ICICI Bank, IndusInd Bank, Cooperative Bank, not Cooperative Banks. IndusInd also you leave off these days. You go with ICICI Bank or Kotak Bank. HDFC you try because these days I don't know how the services are. Axis Bank, ICICI Bank is what I prefer. You check it around. Then what are the documents? The photograph of the proprietor, cancel check. Many people go to Google saying that, okay, what is cancel check? Don't do it. Cancel check is nothing but a check leaf, a checkbook what you get from a bank. Take a first leaf, scratch it and write it as cancelled. Do not scratch on the IFSC code or a bank account. Scratch it in such a way, just it's visible and every detail is visible, just it has been mentioned as cancelled. Right in between that two lines, cancelled. That's it. That is called cancel check. Don't go and search for it. And then any declaration or authorization certificate, if you receive any showcase notice from the GST bodies, they will send you some notification saying that they need some clarifications. How are you going to do this business? Because you are saying that you are going to deal in export business and your registration property is in residential area. How are you going to manage it? So you need to tell them that, okay, this is a residential property, agreed to it, but none of my products are going to come here because I'm a manufacturer or a trader who is going to deal from the factory to the directly to the port. No products will be coming to my premises, so it will not cause any issue or create nuisance to my neighborhood or any authorities. So if you mention that, they will give you approval, then take the GST certificate, go to IC, get the IC certificate and then get started your business. That's how simple it is. So what's the step? So once you have your PAN card and Aadhaar card, go to GST website if you want to do it. Normally I don't advise you. Go to a proper CA who can help you with this. Open a bank account with your proprietorship's name, and then if you have a shop already, if you want to go for an office space, then go for office space, get it registered from that place, and then obtain a Udyam Aadhaar for your MSME benefits if that you are a manufacturer. What are the compliances? As I said, like, okay, no compliances. What are the minimal compliances? As a proprietor, you need to file ITR 3 or ITR 4 based on the based on your CA's advice. What business model you are in, so they will advise you accordingly. In GST filing, as I said, very minimal cost. There are two possibilities of filing. One is quarterly and one is monthly. See, normally how do the CA charges you is, they charge you based on the filing. Is it like they file it monthly or they file it quarterly? So GST filing is normally two filings what they do per month. Filing in the sense they have to do two filings. So either they may be charging $500 for each filing or 1,000 rupees for both filings. In that case, what you can do is, if you're doing quarterly, if you don't have a big turnover at the moment, I'm not just starting, I'm not sure how the things goes through. In that case, I ask you, whatever your CA advises, just tell him, I want quarterly filing. That is what you need to ask him to do it. If you are not sure, then you ask me, I can connect you with my CAs. They are very much established all across India and they are damn professionals, will help you out with everything possible. Okay. So file it quarterly if you are not starting in a big manner. Okay, if I'm purchasing at a huge number, sir, I'm buying this, I'm buying that, for my business is new starting, so I need to buy furnitures, I want to take all the inputs because of all of this, that, then go for monthly filing because you want to take inputs. That's the only way what you have. But if you are doing it for monthly and quarterly, then you need to differentiate yourself and then plan accordingly. Quarterly will save you money. So as I said, 1,000 rupees is per filing. So quarterly, if you do it, there are 4 quarters in a year, like 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. So if you do 4 months, 4 quarters, then automatically you will be charged for 4 quarters, that is 4,000 rupees. Plus here and there one few bucks. Maximum your expenditure for compliances may not be more than 6,000. That's the whole cost. That is one part for it. Then the next comes is that is the compliances part, and then your ITR may be around 3,000, 1,500, 2,000 based on whom you're working with. That is also being taken care. Then TDS is normally not applicable for all the people, but check if you fall under that category, then yeah, obviously you have to take that TDS part. Then industry specific compliances based on your business activities, if there is any or your location, if your property falls under some category, so like unauthorized categories, that, this and all, sometimes businesses doesn't give registration to those residential areas. Only in those cases the CA may ask you to get a registration at a different location. So there are a lot of other options we'll discuss in upcoming videos, but don't need to worry. At the moment, I think you are in settled base, so you can check accordingly and then get it planned. So at the conclusion, what I have to say, you're starting new, no experience. So I'm still watching your videos. I'm learning now. I'm not very sure. So you better start proprietorship, start small, and keep it quarterly filing so that your expenses, like compliances expenses, come very minimal, which is like 4-5 thousand. Along with that, if you're planning, if you're not sure, I'm working already a 9 to 5 job, I don't know how the things works, let me take some time, but unfortunately, unexpected, if I get an order, how do I execute it? Then yeah, GST is the one way you get it registered, proprietorship is the only way you can execute it. Later, if you have a business turnover and more than crossing 40 lakhs as a product business, then yeah, you can really switch your company to private limited. Till then, not required. Then the other part here is, when you are looking towards this kind of a company setup, if you're not, I'm self-funded, I don't need anyone's money at the moment until I grow. So then yeah, proprietorship is good enough. And compliances part, I'll tell you, sir, is it too risky to have my personal belongings to leave? Every business owner who has a private limited company also has a proprietorship also. There are benefits here and there, so we always have a proprietorship firm also. So the thing here is, I'll tell you, one, you can name anything for your company. If you're sentimentally attached to your religion or a family or your family name or your father's name or your mother's name or your kid's name, to name it, that may you cannot do it in private limited company because you need to go for name availabilities and all of it. But in proprietor, you can name anything to your company, so there is no limitations to it. But you cannot do more than 40 lakhs, huh? That keep it in mind. Then along with that, this is the best business model to work with. I don't have a big commitment. I don't want to start immediately. I am not going to do a crores of business immediately. So it's going to take a baby step. So let me start now as a proprietor. Let me keep my compliances low and then I'll start gradually doing it. So these are the best models to start for a newbie, to start as a proprietor, start your business, keep your compliances minimal, let your business pay for all your expenditures, then you can expand. There is no one stopping you. You can really do it. Okay. If you have any issues with your CA, apart from whatever I've said, because many people, many CAs will fool you around, so be careful on that. Let them do the work first, pay them later. If there is a registered entities, then yeah, you can pay upfront. Second, you need to be very sure if the CAs are authorized or not. Work with CAs, not the free bodies. Road ride runners are not the CAs. There are proper CA officers. You have to go and check with them. If not, ask them for the CA license. They will get to. They'll be scared of. So if they are not registered, then the CA exams are tough. Okay, let me tell you that. So if they are registered CAs and they are being a registered CA and they are not able to handle your compliances, then don't work with them because they are not giving you time. They are not answering you properly. Don't work with them. There are legal entities whom we are associated with, and they are all across spread all over India. They're catering to all over India services. If you want any help with that, registering your company, you can check with my team. I'll drop a link below where you can fill a form. If you want any compliance to be registered, if you want that, please register your details with us. We will ask the team to call you and explain what are the benefits, and you can think that whether is it suitable or not. This is just additional support what I'm providing. There is nothing that hidden cost comes with, that we don't take commissions here anywhere. Okay. So we take direct fees, which is the consultation fees what we take if you take consultation from us. And if you have any thoughts or doubts, or is there anything that your CA is telling apart from what I said, something contradictory saying that, sir, Rohit said me this, but you guys are saying something else, then please put that into a comment box. I will try to answer those questions. Please do not hesitate to ask. Please, whatever you like, what you dislike, or what you're saying, if you understood something or if you have any doubts, please drop into the comment box. I'll try to answer it. And please subscribe to the channel, guys. This will be a great support for us. And if you like the video and if you got some knowledge, please hit the like button. That's a supporting thing for my team too. So we are putting our time and effort with our bad health. I'm just recording for you as my commitment falls in. So please support us. Okay. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Have a good health. Take care. Bye-bye. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.